big bag, let me bang bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 I'll show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right now.
Y'all, it's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to talk about dating foreplay, aka building that attraction on a date, BK keeping that sexual energy high. And this is important because you don't want to get put in the friend zone. So you want to keep that sexual energy high, okay? But you don't want to do it in a perverted way. So I'm gonna let you guys know how to do that really quick. All right, rule number one, you always want to pick her up on the date. Now, if she's at a point where she's not comfortable with that, that's okay. Don't cut her off, don't go crazy, but that does mean you should probably reschedule the date and give her more time to get more comfortable with you, okay? Maybe y'all need to have another conversation or two, or y'all need to text a little bit more. However y'all been communicating, you need to do it more. But you want to pick her up every time on the date. Why? There's multiple reasons. Number one, it's masculine, okay? It's you taking charge, okay? It's already masculine that you plant the date. It's already masculine that you pick the time. But when you pick her up, you're really taking that control, okay? Two, it's romantic on top of being masculine and you taking that control. It's romantic because she gets to get more of that swept off her feet feeling. She gets to get more of that submissive, just let go, let him take charge feeling. She gets to feel like she's being chauffeured around. It's a romantic thing. Trust me when I tell you, it's big D energy to pick a girl up. They love that. It's old school. It's masculine. Pick her up and take her where y'all going. You also control the time that y'all leave, which will be important. You'll figure out why that's important later on, okay? So pick her up. Number two, you want to break the touch barrier early, all right? But you don't break it. First of all, no Casanova stuff, guys. Casanova super romantic stuff is for when you're already in a relationship or you're already married, all right? When you're dating, no Casanova shit. So don't go and open the door for her, none of that. She's a grown-ass woman. She can open the door herself. But when she gets in the car, you want to give her a hug. Not a handshake, not a high five, not just a conversation. You want to give her a hug. Okay, because you're initiating that touch, all right? Consider touching her like turning on a faucet. As soon as you give her a hug, it's like a couple of drips coming down, all right? Then she's gonna ask you how her day, your day was. You say my day was whatever. At that point, cut the conversation. Guys, listen, I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. Most of the time, especially when you're in the dating phase, whenever women start asking you questions, they start interviewing you, it's like a police interrogation. Consider them the po-po. You want to keep it from being an interview as much as possible. You don't want to start talking the whole car ride to the date. First of all, you ain't got nothing to talk about on the date. And secondly, like I say, you let a girl talk too much, she starts asking you questions, and she's not asking you questions to learn about you. She's asking you questions to disqualify you. She's going to start saying stuff like, when was the last time you was in a relationship? What do you think about me romantically? What are you looking for? These are awkward, annoying ass questions. They're shit tests. You can avoid them by not even getting in this situation. Here's how you don't get in this situation. Blast your music. Whatever it is you listen to, I don't care. But whatever you was listening to when you picked her up, blast your music. Turn your music up. Don't let her turn your music down either. First of all, it's disrespectful to touch a man's radio, so she shouldn't. But keep your music turned up. And do you want to have left hand on the wheel, right hand on the thigh, all right? Left hand is stealing, right hand is gripping her thigh. Simple as that, kind of like this. Never sour. That's how you want to be the whole car ride. Y'all should be vibing, listening to music, your music. Now, listen. Again, cut the Casanova. There shouldn't be no romantic music playing or nothing like that. Now, if you just an R&B dude and you like R&B, that's okay, but it better be male R&B. You better not be in there playing no SZA. You better not be in there playing no her. You don't want it to seem like you're catering to her. You sucking her into your world at this point. Again, keep that masculine energy up. It's going to keep that sexual energy up. And women like to learn a lot about news through what they're listening to. So blast your music. That keeps her from asking you annoying questions. It gives you more to talk about on a date. Left hand steering, right hand gripping the thigh, okay? Number three, you want to keep attacking that touch barrier on the date. I usually suggest doing something active most of the time, all right? Bowling, mini golf, pool, axe throwing, stuff like that, okay? And any one of those dates, it's extremely easy to just find an excuse to get up behind her. You want to do the old school come behind, wrap around, okay? Keep your hands below the waist. You don't want to go all the way up here. You don't want to touch on her butt. Just go right in that midsection, wrap around. When do you do that? Simple. If you're axe throwing, when she's throwing the axe, most of the time, girls, to be cute, they're going to open the door for you 9 out of 10 times. They're going to act like they don't really know how to throw. Just be like, yo, let me show you. Come up behind her. Help her throw the axe, right? If she's bowling, when she bend over to go get the ball, just come up behind her real quick, help her bend over to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're buying her drinks, okay, and y'all playing pool or something like that, come behind her, give her a drink. Or when she's shooting her shot, come behind her, grab her, something like that, okay? Now, if you're on a dinner date or you at the bar, the key here is, this is big step number 3, never sit across from a woman on a date. If you're on a dinner date or you're at the bar, do not sit across from her. Again, you sit across from her, now you back in police interrogation mode. Now it's 1,000 questions coming at you. You want to sit right next to her ass. Right next to her. Again, y'all not friends. You want her to know, no, this is sexual energy. We're here to date. We're not here to powwow, okay? We cool, but this is what we're here for. So you want to be right next to her ass, hands either around her like this, over her shoulder like that. Because what that's going to do is, that's going to force the conversation to be more like a friend who you messing with base, versus, like I said, if you're on the other side of the table, then it becomes like an interview. Now it's like you at a job and she hurling a whole bunch of questions at you, right? So if you're at the bar or you're on a date, you want to sit next to her, not across from her. And again, here, or you want to be around the waist here, keeping that touch barrier active, okay? Now, after y'all do all that, like I said, be yourself. There's no way to talk. Just be yourself. Just have vibes. As long as you're doing the stuff that I'm telling you to do, it's going to keep it from being an interview session. So you can just have vibes. You can just be yourself. Talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Music. Y'all can talk about, 10-year plans, whatever the hell y'all want to talk about. Y'all can joke, whatever. Throw your swag in at that point, okay? Now, 4, when you're taking her back to the crib. Now, this is my last little secret. Most people always tell you when you take her back to the crib, you should always ask to go in. I don't say that, all right? If this is date 1 especially, I say take her back to the crib, give her a hug, okay? Depending on how it went, maybe, peck her on the cheek or something, or give her a kiss, whatever you want to do, depending on how the night went and how comfortable y'all are, whatever the case may be. But I always say, just be like, all right, I'm going to catch you next time. Let her go. Let her go. Again, it's about playing mental gymnastics, because when you don't make the move to go back to the crib, now her brain is swimming. Because now she's like, why didn't he ask to come in? Does he not really like me like that? Or is he just trying to respect me? Does he have somewhere else to go? Is he with somebody else? Blah, blah, blah. Her head starts to swim. And a lot of times you'll be surprised. If you followed all the steps that I told you to follow, okay, and you kept the touch barrier active from the time she got in the car until basically throughout the date and until the date was over, okay, and you had good conversations and y'all had good vibes, a lot of times she'll ask you to come in. Do you already know what to do at that point? Okay, but if she doesn't ask you to come in, I say don't ask. I say don't ask to date 2 or 3. Make it seem like you got options, and even deeper than making it seem like you got options, it makes it seem like you're not pressed. I ain't worried about it. I get cutty all the time. It's no big deal. Go ahead, go to sleep, dwell on the night. Then she can have her little fantasy. She can recap the date. She can go in her little group chat, whatever the case may be, and it'll keep her thinking about you for longer, okay? So that's how you keep the sexual energy up on a date. Like I said, the main thing is activate the touch barrier early. Keep the touch barrier activated. Do not let it become an interview, okay? Sit right next to her. Like I said, keep that touch barrier activated. Be yourself. Let your personality shine, but keep the conversations light. Don't let it turn into an interview. Don't let her make it serious, all right? Keep the conversation light. Keep the touch barrier activated, so that way you seem like a good friend who she also wants to bang. That's the key, all right? There's a thin line between being a pervert and then letting yourself go in the friend zone. What we're doing here is blending the two together. We're putting a little bit of friend zone, a little bit of pervert, mix them together. Guess what you got? Boyfriend. Good date, all right? That's simple. I'm Alex and I'm out. Peace.